Hey everyone, Heather Ash here, and I thought I would just check in with everyone again, put my microphone on, because what a day. I just took a break and looked at the news for a little bit and went for a walk, and I'd said this morning that I was going to come on and do some more love streaming, so hi. Sometimes the most challenging part is being in the mystery and not knowing what's going to happen. And here we are. So it may be that we don't know what the results of the election are going to be for another day or two or three. I think we're going to know sooner than that. But what a 2020. It seems consistent with the rest of 2020, doesn't it? So, hi, Valerie. Yeah, so I just wanted to come on and say hey to everyone and know that I'm thinking about all of you and holding our community with lots of love. And hey, Donnie, and gratitude and wonderment as we navigate this day together. And, you know, I always often play a game with myself, so maybe I'll invite you into my game. And the game is to imagine all scenarios. Hey, Rihanna. All the recounts could take a month. True. It's true. They could. Yeah. So the game is this. Imagine one or the other of our candidates that are currently up winning. And let yourself just be with whatever comes up around that. And what you'll do next. So why I say this is because it's been really helpful for me in my life when I'm in places where there's anxiety or where I really want to know something, or when there's this feeling of not being in control, or when my mind is trying to make up a bunch of stories and freak out around things, is I'll just stop and just go, okay, worst case scenario, go. What's your worst case scenario? And I'll give myself permission to very consciously go towards the worst case scenario and play it out all the way. And I'm not doing this to scare myself or to create more drama. I'm doing it to consciously go, you're allowed to do this once. And I run myself all the way to the bitter end, whatever the bitter end is in my mind. And then I say, okay, we've done that. And now we're going to stay in the present. Now we're going to commit to not running the disaster worst case scenarios over and over again, but to keeping my energy right here and choosing where I want to put my energy. So for any of you out there that are feeling high anxiety, and for some of us, you know, it isn't a bad thing again. And I said this last night and I'll say this again. If you want to be on the roller coaster and keep watching what's happening, and there's somehow that's feeding you, do it. It's okay. There's nothing wrong. I've actually been enjoying watching the numbers today. Enjoying is not the right word. I've been fascinated and hopeful and scared and all of it, and just feeling all of it, being with all of it. And I also totally respect my friends that are like, not going there. You know, I have a friend that lives way up in the middle of nowhere, and he's like, I'm not checking the media. I'm not looking. That's fine too. That's great. If you find yourself in a state of big worry right now, you might want to play the game where you run the worst case scenario so that you can come here and be totally present. Because it's out of our hands at this point. Whatever happens is out of our hands. We've taken our action and now we wait. I always think praying is a good idea, but now we wait. And the waiting for me is run the worst case scenario and then be in the present. And also run the best case scenario and then be in the present. because we don't know. And, you know, I saw a post today and somebody wrote, hey, Sky, hey, Carmen. Somebody wrote, you know, basically, how dare you say no matter what happens around this election, because this election has so much impact on people. Like, the truth is, if Trump wins, we may lose abortion rights, we may lose LGBTQ rights. There'll probably be even more just hatred and divisiveness that will continue. How dare you say whoever wins will keep going? And I felt into that. I was like, you know, as a white woman, and I'll say that for me, as a white woman, my commitment is to use my privilege in the best way I can to help marginalized people. And that part of that is making the commitment that regardless of who is president, I will continue to take action. And I think that we have to be really careful not to become complacent of like, oh, good, you know, Biden is president, so therefore everything's going to be okay, because it's not. This is long term. This actually, what we're working with of changing the system, and I'll say the system of patriarchy and white supremacy, the ways that we've held ourselves back in so many ways, doesn't have anything to do with who's president. And it has everything to do with who's president. Okay, both are true. But I want to commit, regardless of who wins, that I'm in for the long haul for freedom for everyone. You know, the other thing that I was playing with today, I'm just going to be super honest with you. I was like, okay, what country am I moving to? Where do I want to, if I need to leave the United States, where do I want to go? Which is a very privileged thing to even be able to contemplate and think about. And as I thought about it, I realized I'm not leaving, regardless of what happens. I'm not leaving. I might have the fantasy that I want to leave and go find someplace better, but every country deals with shadow. Every country deals with shadow. And we in the United States are dealing with a lot of shadow right now. And I think we need to turn and face the shadow rather than running from it in any way or distracting ourselves or getting complacent. I dreamt I was going to Barcelona. Yeah, we can dream. Yeah, my daughter said the same thing. Yeah, so this place of like, let's be in relationship to the shadow, even if it gets really bad. Let's commit to stay in and to do our own inner work and to also do the outer work, because we need both. We need to change the internal and we need to continue to work to change the external. Later on today, I'm going to come on. I'm not sure where we're going to do it. Hey, New Jersey. I'm not sure where we're going to broadcast, but Serena and Adele and I are going to have a conversation about power and what power is and what power isn't. Old modes of power, new modes of power. And I think I'm going to maybe broadcast it just on YouTube, but it's going to become, if we broadcast it live anywhere, but it's going to become next week's podcast. So I'm excited about the conversation that I'll be having with Serena and Adele today, or two of our Warrior Goddess leadership team members. And, you know, Serena texted me this morning and said, do you still want to do this? Does it feel appropriate for us to have this conversation? And I was like, yes, now more than ever. And that was her thing. Is it more appropriate than ever? And it's like, yes, it's more appropriate than ever. Let's have this conversation about power. Again, regardless of what happens with the election. We as women, we as warrior goddesses, we as humans, period, have, I believe, a sacred obligation to be in right relationship with our power, of not giving our power to other people, of not hoarding power, of not demanding that people see us as powerful or not powerful. I mean, there's just so many ways that we've warped our relationship with power, of either like, I'm not allowed to have power because if you have power, then you're going to abuse it, to I have to have as much power as possible to stay safe. There's all sorts of things that we do with power. And we will be discussing, and again, I'll be releasing the podcast for Warrior Goddess Revolution. It'll be podcast number 2, episode number 2, talking about what is power truly? What is true power? What does it mean? And you'll get some diverse perspectives on it from myself, Serena, Adeli. So I'm really happy that they're coming through. Hey, Carmen, I'm with you. Let's start in relationship to the shadow. Shine light on the shadow. Yeah. Shine light on the shadow. Adeli, and there you are. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the conversation. So, how are you all? I'm going to take a couple minutes and then I'm going to go take a walk. I have to get myself off social media again. I've been doing a little bit of social media binging today, but it's been kind of fascinating. Rihanna, yeah, I've stayed mostly away from the election news. It really made a difference in how I feel. Good, hun. I will make whatever decisions as things unfold. I'm being more present in the moment and trusting my internal GPS. I love that. Good. Who else? How are you doing? How's your heart? How's your body? How's your anxiety level? I was so proud of myself this morning because I'm doing some work with the new membership site that we're creating. So I'm writing copy and working with the emails and continuing the prep for that. And I was so grateful that I was able to capture my own attention and just go, this is where you're putting your attention, sweetheart. And I was like, oh, nope, right here. I'm about to do that again. So that felt really good to realize, there can be a lot of intensity happening around, within, and I had the capacity to stay focused. And to be fair, in all honesty, and I just thought, I'm going to take a little nap and take care of myself. And I just spent an hour on social media, or on the news. But I don't feel taken out by it right now. I feel more just grateful to be engaged in the process. Carmela, struggling to focus today. And if you're struggling to focus, just please nurture yourself. Please don't think I must be able to, you nurture. Yeah. Spending a lot of time outside grounding. Good. Hi, Northern California. I'm staying in my higher power. Beautiful. Feeling lighter today. Nice. My job is to stay alive. Self-care is first. If I take care of myself, other things will flow. Beautiful. Trying to stay calm and hopeful. Shell, have you noticed when the light shines brighter, the shadows get darker? It's how I see this time. The shadow is very dark because the light barriers are shining so bright. Shine on, we've got each other. Yeah. I'm surprised because I'm okay. Good, Carrie. Claudia, I'm gathering women in car this weekend to make sure we stay on highest vibration. Beautiful. Howren. I woke up knowing what the results were, and I was under the impression it went that way. I didn't want it to go. I didn't feel like I did in 2016. I felt determined to fight in a positive way. Good. Beautiful. Circle. Thank you. In a circle this weekend. Yeah. And here's how I see it, is that, and I'll just share this book. If you haven't read, I've just looked at it, so this is not a plug, but this is, if you want more support around energy, how I see this is that we need energy to make change. And in order to help us keep that inner fire bright, we need to learn to rest, self-care, and to also take action and be in discomfort and struggle and be in conflict and learn as we go along and make mistakes and let it be messy. That's all part of this. So all we have to do is hold good thoughts and it'll be okay. we also get to take action. It's really important, but not action that's going to burn us out. We need to figure out how to be sustainable. And I always look to Black women, especially around this, because Black women have, I read a beautiful quote today. I'm going to go find it because it was so good. And I posted it on Instagram. So I'm going to go to my Instagram page and then read this to you. Our anxiety comes from the desire to have things be different. There's going to be the day after the election. Here we are. And the day after that. True. We need to be present to what is, regardless of the outcome you want. My ancestors had to prepare themselves over and over again for moving toward a freedom that was nowhere in sight. We prepare for life as it unfolds, not our ideal image of it. That is literally the only path forward. And this is from the Reverend Angel Kyodo Williams. Follow her everywhere. So Black women, Black men, for me, there's this reminder of what's it like to fight for your freedom when there's no hope. I mean, slavery endured for hundreds of years, and yet people continued. And all of us need to understand our history, the history of this country, the history of the United States or whatever country that you live in, and understand that we can keep going and that we need each other. We need to really come together to create equality, to create freedom, to get free inside. And that we're here, I believe, to get free on the inside and to give back, to help others get free as well. So yeah, Louisa Tish. I love Louisa Tish. She is fabulous. Shell, I got to be barefoot outside in Michigan because it was 75 degrees. That is good. Yay, Michigan. Yes, sustainable action. Yeah, and the rise of the divine feminine. Exactly. Yeah. So, oh, I love that. Your grounding tree of life meditation is the best ever. Stopped my literal shaking. I'm glad. Yeah. That is a very helpful meditation I learned from one of my first teachers, Caradwin, which is the visualization of imagining sending your roots deep, 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 deep into the earth, bringing that energy up, imagining your branches wide to sky, pulling sky down to earth. And the more that you use that visual of tree, roots in the earth, deep, grounded, present, solid, I'm here, pull your energy in. Send those branches up to sky to open to inspiration, creativity, new possibilities. That will help keep us steady and keep us sustainable, keep that fire burning bright. So if you need to rest, rest. If you need to unplug, unplug. If you want to be on the roller coaster, keep pressing refresh. But stay with yourself, sweethearts, today. And let's keep the revolution going. Inner revolution that is based in love, but really radical love, all of it, so that we can move forward. Vision what's possible, so that we can let that vision of where we want to go help pull us forward, rather than the fear of what could happen. And yeah, there's a lot of fear of what might happen, and let's stay sustainable. Let's hold a vision of what's possible, but let's deal with what is. That's always my philosophy. Hold a vision of what's possible, be in relationship with what is. We need to learn how to do both, because that's when we are the most effective and where we stay with ourselves, where we're not abandoning ourselves, where we're not giving other people the power, where we're not withholding our own power. So I will let you guys know. Actually, let me go into, I am in StreamYard, so I can't do that. I'll post, if we're going to do a live stream with Adele and Serena. Hey, Saint. Oh my God, Saint, your post yesterday was the best. I think it was yesterday, about the battles, pick the battles. Oh my God, it made me cry. I was so happy to see it. So sending love to you in England. So sweet ones, I'll let you know if we're going to do this live or not. It may be up to Adele and Serena as well. We can all just feel into it because we're all a little tender right now, honestly. So, but we will post the episode 2 of Warrior Goddess Revolution, talking about power. I've been singing the Tracy Chapman song Revolution all day, and we'll let you know when that's coming out, either Tuesday or we'll live stream it sometime today. Amy, struggling hard today. This too shall pass. PTSD is kicking my ass with all the unknown coming. Oh, sweetie, I'm sorry. I know. And I know at this time of just huge uncertainty and knowing that we're not going to know is, you know, it can be really triggering. So please take care of yourself, as I know that you're doing, and know that you're held and that we're all in this together. You know, that's why I love this community so much, is that we're willing to breathe through the hard times and keep going, and to hold each of us where we're at. And a reminder, sometimes we're strong, like we take turns, right? Sometimes some of us feel really strong. So those of you that are feeling strong today, that are feeling grounded, that are feeling present, can you open your heart to hold, to call in, to be steady for people like Amy that are really struggling, or anybody else that's really struggling today? If we can go, okay, I'm here, I'm solid, lean into me, I've got you. Then the people that are feeling weak today, that are feeling scared, that are feeling triggered, can lean back and go, okay, I'm held, I'm okay. Okay. And we all take turns. You know, where we get ourselves into community is where when we say, I'm always the strong one, I always have to be the strong one. Me included. I always get myself in trouble when I say that. And we also get in trouble when we say, I'm always the weak one, I'm always the victim. But when we come to community with love, knowing some days we're strong, some days we're weak, and that we can lean and we can hold. And eventually what I've seen happens is that you'll grow your own capacity, where there'll be days that you feel weak and you still feel strong. Doesn't mean that always is going to happen. Some days you just feel weak, and you are weak and you need support. So just know we're here for you. Yeah, it is hard to remember that all the time. Yeah. Good. Yeah. All right, sweet ones. I'm going for a walk. Oh, I'm going to take you guys for a walk for a minute. Come with me. So I'm at my friend Ginny's house outside of Santa Fe. This is our teaching yurt. And it's really beautiful outside. So if you haven't seen the land here, let's do a quick little tour. The sun's really bright. Can you see? Yeah, there we go. There. Look how beautiful it is. I know if you guys were live streaming yesterday with Mary, she was sharing some of the magic. And this seems kind of auspicious, I think. Last share, and then let's all do some self-care. Look at the sun hitting my altar over here. Look at how bright Kali is shining. That is my Kali lunchbox. I love, she is glowing. That's awesome. All right, my dears. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Take good care. I hope one day, I know one day that we will have gatherings here. We'll have gatherings up on the land. Something super exciting tomorrow, Thursday? Yeah, tomorrow night I'm going to go up to the land. And Franklin and I, who's been helping me build the community kitchen, we're going to pour what's called the bond beam, which is the cement cap that goes on top of the walls. So all the walls are built for the kitchen. Boom, so we're pouring cement. So exciting. So that's happening on Friday. Yeah. Very good. Okay, holding, loving. Okay, Larissa. And staying steady or leaning into people that are steady. Remember, we all in community, we take turns holding strongly and leaning in. We get to do both. Yes, bond beam is super exciting. So, and I'll post some photos. I think I'll go do that right now. I'll go after my walk. I'm going to post some photos of where we are with the building because it's really cool to see what's happening right now. It's really beautiful. All right. Love you. Take care. I'll come check in with you later on today. Bye, sweet ones.